Hey, Alan here. Thanks for joining me for another one of my quick edit videos. Today we're going to be looking at another picture from yesterday morning's shoot with Kelsea. It was a beach shoot and this was her with a ballerina's costume on, and we're going to see if we can make this an amazing picture. If you want to edit along with me, press the pause button now and head over to my website. I'll put the link in the description, but it's www.alanlloyd.uk. There you can find out about supporting me and downloading the raw file for this exact image. Oh, and if you want to see me edit more pictures in Adobe Lightroom Classic, hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so YouTube notifies you next time I upload a video. So come on, let's dive into Lightroom and get started.
Shall we begin? Let's begin now.
Okay, this is the picture we took yesterday morning. I'm going to put my editing glasses on. Hello, I can see you. Yeah, you. Right, anyway, this is a picture we took yesterday morning on a shoot with Kelsea. As you can see, this one was taken just before sunrise. The sun hadn't quite come up, so it's actually quite dark. We're going to see if we can make this a good picture. So first thing I'm going to do is scroll down to the lens corrections tab like we always do. First step to processing any picture. Automatically check remove chromatic aberration, because sometimes it does help, sometimes the picture doesn't need it, but it doesn't hurt to get into the habit of always checking it. The most important one, enable profile correction. There you go, you can see the distortion come out of that picture straight away. Look there, see? Brilliant. Right, now we've done that, noise reduction. Always add a little bit of noise reduction to start with. I normally add around the 20 mark. If I can hit it, there we go. Around the 20 mark, then if we need more or less, we can change that later. Right, now we scroll up to the top, and the next important thing is, this is the main panel. Just above the main panel of your tools, it's the first one. Get your image level and decide on the crop. So there we go, there's our image. We're gonna click the auto button there. See if Lightroom can straighten it automatically, and it's done a pretty fine job. By clicking anywhere on the grey in the image here, the grid appears, and you can then check to see whether it is level. Now we're losing a little bit of our image, so I'm going to lose a little bit more, to be honest, and keep the model centered this time. Yes, I know, rule of thirds, but I really don't want to keep her over that side. I'd like her centered with this image. So I'm going to go there, I'm going to keep the bottom of the rocks in just slightly, those two main rocks. Actually, I could come up and just lose sand. See, there is no right or wrong way to edit a picture. It's just edit until you're happy. Don't edit for other people. I might end up doing 4 or 5 different edits of the same photo sometimes if I get worried that somebody else won't like that, or I haven't done that properly. It's not worth it. Stick to one edit, make sure you're happy, and go from there. That's all that matters. See, I'm not happy with that. I do want the bottom of those rocks in. I think it adds something to the image. Perfect, right. Okay, once you've got your crop sorted out, I still need to lose a little bit off that edge because I think the sun was coming up over there. And there's a little bit of a flare there. That's about centered, let's see. Perfect, right. Once we've got our crop sorted out, we can now begin on the main panel. I always start with these 4 here. Okay, highlights, shadows, then whites and blacks. So the highlights, I'm going to bring all the way down to bring out that sky. As you can see the difference, look. And then shadows, I'm going to bring up so that I can also bring the exposure down in a moment after I've done the whites and blacks if I need to. So hold the shift key down now and double click on the whites, and then the same, hold the shift key down and double click on the blacks. Then Lightroom will automatically set them where they should be. You don't have to keep them there, you can move them wherever you like, but I find it easier to get a baseline. And now I'm going to bring the exposure down so that sky really pops. Shadows up so that we've still got some light. Then hold the shift key down again and double click on the whites and double click on the blacks. Every time you adjust one of these, the automatic points for these two will change, so it's always worth doing them again. I'm going to bring the blacks down a little bit more than it wants. I'm going to put them there. Next thing I'm going to do before I do too many changes is spot removal. I'm going to remove those two items out there. I think that one there is a buoy used for racing, yacht racing. I believe that is a ship on the horizon. I don't know the words to that song. That's a great song. Okay, we could also remove that container. I think it's an oil tanker actually, looking at how low it is. Just by doing that. Hopefully Lightroom will get rid of it. And you can see it's not quite level, the sea there. So we drag this one. You see this one here is higher. So this one, we need to drag it up a touch. There we go. Now we have dead straight level sea. Perfect. Click the done button when you're done removing. And there, we have a nice clear sea with no objects out there to worry about. Right, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some texture. Normally, I would just go ding and add the texture like that. But because there's a model in the picture, I don't want her skin to look too bad. I'm going to add texture from here using the brush. I will select texture in the list. And then I can just brush texture in across the parts of the image that need it. You don't need to be exact or dead on with this, because hopefully the idea is not for it not to stand out. So the mask there allows you to see exactly where you've painted, which is brilliant. I'm going to bring the clarity up, and I'm going to bring the shadows down a touch just to darken the foreground, not too much. Again, I don't want it to stand out between the areas that I've done and the areas that I haven't done. Okay. You can spend a lot more time on these sort of finishing touches. You don't need to rush through them like I am. I'm just showing you what you can accomplish. So we can even do the land there. Like that. Not sure whether to do the sky. Doesn't hurt, I don't think. Makes the clouds stand out. Let's try it. No, I'm not going to. I'm not going to do the sky. So we can use the mask again to see where we've covered. Yeah, that's fine. Right, I'm going to click done. We're done with that brush and come back to here. Now I'm going to increase the vibrance and increase the saturation. Just a touch. I'm going to come down to the tone curve panel and give it some contrast here using the point curve adjustment presets. Just like that. Medium contrast should be fine. You can see that sky's starting to pop. I might warm the image up slightly, taking the temperature away from the blue. There we go, look at that, look, I can come up to there, I think that still looks good. Add a little touch of pink, maybe not that much. Again, it's just a case of playing until you're happy with the image. I think I'm happy with that so far. You could even add a split tone. Adding a split tone can bring more dramatic feeling to the image. And we'll go for the main split tone there, and then take it towards the highlights more. Or we can go towards the shadows more. I think. Let's just see what the lighter split tone would be. I think that's how I'm going to leave it. A little bit of a vignette around the edge. I'll scroll down to the effects panel and bring in the edges of the image. Again, not too much. And that's it. That's how I would leave that image. A quick edit makes all the difference. I'll put the before and after pictures up now so you can see what the changes were. And if you enjoyed the video, if it was helpful, please hit the subscribe button, share, like, you know, all the usual things. If you've got any questions, put them in the comments below and I'll try and answer them in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye for now.